Out of the 8 billion podcasts that claim to talk about sports, 99% of them talk football and basketball. And that's about it. That's because they don't know about anything else. And they bore you to tears. Welcome to the Sportsocracy, the Ocho, where sports meets comedy, sports analysis, laughs, and the occasional debate that'll likely blow the roof off. We're rowdy and loud and bringing the party straight to your ears.
The party has arrived.
And by the way, you don't have to be a sports fan to like this show, because we're pretty damned awesome, even when we're not talking sports. From baseball to hockey to wrestling to the UFC and beyond, we love it, and we're talking about it. And now your hosts, Armchair, hailing from Canada. He's a sports encyclopedia. And Dubs, the quintessential masshole who's always down for some lively banter and a little bit of the green stuff. And we're not talking about the outfield grass. Let's rock this. This is the Sportsocracy, the Ocho.
What is going on? Hey, Dubs, what's up?
What up?
I tell you we're live, but you know that. Everybody knows that. I was thinking about weird things that people say on shows, and we're live might be the strangest one. We're live. We're live.
You're right. I start all my tweets like that when we're actually live, but I should find something better.
We'll find something better. It'll be all right. So we're here. We're on.
Coin the phrase. Coin the phrase.
We are. We're live in 3 places tonight. Because I figured why not. We are live on Facebook. We're live on X, formerly Twitter, which I just call Twitter.
The bird.
And of course, YouTube. It could be pre-recorded, but you know what? If it was pre-recorded, we wouldn't say things like we're live or MVTO. You know, the MVT in the house.
I got a bit of a bone to pick with life in general. I was reading an article searching for stories and whatnot, browsing the internet, and I came across a PETA protest in Toronto from last week where they dressed themselves as monkeys and wheeled themselves into a grocery store with coconuts, and that was supposed to be a display of animal abuse. Not with Tao, no, never a bone with.
That's what I thought. I thought that
you thought I had beef. I thought the
MVT was about to get some Oriole beef or something, like, you know.
No, it's beef with protesters doing stupid shit. Usually their points are valid, and
sure.
If they're upset about it, fine.
Upset.
Animal abuse, fuck that.
Yeah,
we're all animal lovers here. PETA does it the wrong way constantly, throwing blood on paintings and dressing up as monkeys and wheeling yourselves into a store and chucking coconuts around. You want to be taken seriously? You want people to understand your protest? That's not the way to fucking do it. You're going to get in the headlines, sure, but it's for the wrong reasons. It's for people like me where I go, ha! Look at those idiots. What the fuck are they doing?
I'm going to start us off with some sports.
The guy getting fucking gluing his hand to the logo at the Timberwolves game. You remember that?
Yeah, I do. Do you remember when Max Verstappen didn't win a race?
It was a while ago.
It was last week.
Weekend.
It was this weekend.
I thought you were saying exited a race.
Oh, no.
Also this weekend.
Yeah. Max is had some engine problems. His brake problem, sorry.
Brake problems, yeah.
It blew up in spectacular fashion. In the pit lane, that was one of the coolest videos I've seen in a while from racing. The brakes just exploded.
It was fucking sweet.
But I got to ask you a question. So last week,
a lot this weekend.
Last race, sorry, not Australia, but the race before, the beer man comes in, races for Ferrari.
Man bear pick.
Okay. He does a great job in the points, and first race could be crazy. All of a sudden,
got faster in the back end of the race too.
Right, he was crazy, and he had a crazy duel, and things were crazy, great. If you're Ferrari, you've got the beer man doing that. You've got Carlos Sainz, smooth operator,
Unemployed
winning.
currently for next year.
Currently the only Ferrari driver with a podium this year, or with a victory this year.
And he's missing an appendix.
And he's missing an appendix. LOL at all the appendix memes going around.
Yeah, they were awesome.
But like, are you having
Diner page on Instagram is the best. They're fantastic.
You having any regrets if you're Ferrari about choosing Carlos or choosing Charles over Carlos? It's your number 2 for next year.
Charles is their poster boy, so it's hard for them to like.
He's a shitty poster boy.
I know he is.
He has no Carlos has personality.
100%.
He's a smooth operator when he's driving.
Yeah, he had the smooth operator bracelet while he's going into his smooth operation.
I think I can't wait to see him.
I love Carlos.
I'm assuming it's McLaren, but we'll see where he ends up.
Probably going to be McLaren.
But yeah, it's he needs to be put in a better position. Ferrari did him dirty. He's going to make them regret that decision. Charles is a bit of a baby.
I'm not a big Charles guy, but I feel like it's easier to market them like Lewis and Charles to the Ferrari people than it is Carlos. And it shouldn't be that way, but it is, right?
You just got to give him one of these. The gabagool, what's in the bowl? I don't know.
Can you imagine if they came in like
canceled now?
Logan Sargent, he comes in and gives one of those.
Yeah.
Speaking of Logan Sargent, he got kicked out of the race. Williams is like, no, you're not racing. Alex is going to take your car.
It's like, hey, remember how Alex crashed his car? Alex's car.
Yeah, we don't have a third one.
Look at me. I'm driving your car. Unreal.
They called him in and they said, so I'm going to need your helmet and your key. Like, keys is funny. But anything you got, we're going to go ahead and give it over to Alex.
Why don't you leave your steering wheel and helmet on the desk?
What about me? Where am I going to go? You can go home. We don't need you.
Take the weekend, man.
Yeah, we'll see you in a week.
I want you to go home and think about what you did.
Which was nothing wrong.
Nothing at all. No. So fun F1 weekend. It was a nice break for the non-Red Bull fans. LOL at Checo. I don't understand.
What about the Alonso Russell crash?
All right. So Fernando's defending. Correct. And I think he should be allowed to defend. I don't think he did anything wrong or should have been punished for it. I think that George was trying to be aggressive in a moment where he needed to be aggressive. And that's racing, baby. That's racing. It's just that's what you want to see. I mean, it was a little scary when he started to roll over, but like he was okay.
Listening to him call for the flags in the car because
I get it. He's in the middle of the road, like upside down, like on his side.
Getting T-boned going 200 miles an hour.
No, thank you.
Fuck
no,
that.
Thank you.
Fuck that. But
I more of that, though.
Tend to agree. When I watched it back, so I saw a video of both perspectives side by side.
Yeah.
Yes, Fernando slowed down way more than he needed to.
Yeah, is defending though.
Correct.
What do you want him to do? Give up the position? Just be like, oh, I guess you beat me.
Yeah. I think the points were a bit much. They took away points for the season. They took away time. It was a lot. Punishment was a lot.
Well, got to protect Mercedes somehow, and Lewis didn't make it, so they were like, well, we'll give it to George, I guess.
Yeah, I saw people being like, oh, Alonso didn't do himself any favors for the Mercedes seats. Does that really matter? We've seen people.
Fernando does what Fernando wants.
Exactly. He's going to go wherever the fuck he wants to go, and somebody's going to sign him because he's one of the best out there still.
100%. Hey, it's a fun weekend coming up. Fun week coming up.
We already had a fun weekend last weekend with March Madness. This is the best time of the year. You got March Madness, opening day, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, NFL draft.
Everything is spectacular.
Oh, what a fucking time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. Unless you're a football fan, no drop tackles.
Oh, yeah.
LOL at everyone trying to tackle Derrick Henry and Travis Kelce from now on. Unstoppable. Unstoppable. Good luck. They're going to have to kneecap them and take the penalties. Anyway, we don't talk football here. that's for another day. Hey, opening day tomorrow. There's one game at 4:00. Is that right? 3:00.
Yes, I
Eastern.
believe so. They're all weird times. They're staggered.
There's the Braves.
Manner.
The Orioles and Angels play. MVT's Baltimore Orioles. Quick, while we're mentioning Baltimore, I guess we should touch on the tragedy that happened. Holy fuck!
Yeah, that was a crazy video. That whole bridge went down.
Whole bridge went down. Whole bridge. Just
the power. You could see the video in the video. The power on the boat cut out. They got it back for a second, and then it cut out again, but it was already too late. They were headed right towards the support. It is wild that one support beam like that, it just toppled the whole fucking thing. And it was quick. It was like a second.
I heard a guy talking about it, and it made a lot of sense. If I hit you in the back of the knees, you're going down. It doesn't matter how hard I hit you.
Yeah, you're right.
If I hit you in the back of your kneecaps, you're gonna buckle. You're gonna buckle. It's gonna happen. So, Baltimore's playing the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Sure are.
Blue Jays and Rays.
Favorite bet of the day tomorrow is Orioles -1.5.
Padres, Giants, Cardinals, Dodgers, which everybody will be all over. Pirates, Marlins, Nationals, and Reds, which I am a big fan of. Twins and Royals, Tigers, Chi Sox, cheating Astros against the cheating Yankees, Cubs, Rangers, Guardians, Athletics, and then your Red Sox start on the West Coast, so you don't even get a early game. You
That's
gotta wait
fine. I probably don't want to watch them anyway.
You probably don't. They're playing the Mariners. They're going to get crushed.
Yeah.
And the Rockies and the D-backs. D-backs are going to eat. Mets and Brewers and Braves and Phillies both postponed already. So
beautiful.
Lots of games.
March baseball.
So many games. Can't wait for it. We went through and we picked 2 games that we're kind of focused on, some winners, just some pick'ems. You want to give your first pick'em?
Yeah, I'll go with it. Like you said, we did pick'ems. I just went to the betting line, saw what was a toss-up, and first one that stuck out to me was the Minnesota Twins over the Royals. Got Pablo Lopez on the mound versus Cole Reagans.
Yeah.
Royals had a franchise record for losses last year with 106, and did they really add anything?
No, they didn't.
I don't understand why this is a pick'em. I know Minnesota's not good, but they have way more talent than the Royals do. And I like Reagans, I like Bobby Witt, but it seems easy to me. Twins are also 4-1 all time against Kansas City on opening day.
My first pick'em is the Cleveland Guardians at the Oakland Athletics. Going a little off the board here.
I almost took this one.
Give me Cleveland. It's the last year in Oakland for the A's, but that team is not very good. It's been stripped down multiple times over at this point. They're going to put up a good fight because they want to.
How many times can you peel a potato?
Well, they want to give something to the fans, but there's nothing left there. We got Shane Bieber, don't call me Justin Bieber on the mound for Cleveland. Alex Wood that's pitching for Alex Wood's pitching for Oakland. It's not going to be pretty. Cleveland's going to eat.
I have them -1.5. That's plus 110 right now.
Yeah, and I think that's a safe bet. They're -1.5 over 7.5. I think that you can probably take the under and still get away with that.
Yep.
What's your second?
My second is the San Francisco Giants over the Padres. I believe the Padres are ever so slightly favored right now. New managers for both teams. Bob Melvin revenge game.
Padres are +1.5 for me, but
it may be different. I looked at this earlier, so could have moved some. Logan Webb is going to be the big swinging factor for me. Yu Darvish, while still a good pitcher, he's not what he used to be.
But he strikes guys out.
He does strike guys out. He strikes a lot of guys out. So does
guys out.
So does Logan Webb, and he doesn't give up walks, which is, a problem early in the season. Guys still getting their arms under it, like getting used to the swing of things again. I like the Giants in this one. This is like two lineups I really like. The Giants have a sneaky underrated lineup. They just added Soler. Padres lineup is obviously good, loaded with talent. So I feel like this one's going to come down to the pitchers, and I just prefer Webb over Darvish.
I don't blame you at all. I have Darvish in fantasy where it's a K heavy pitcher stat. So absolutely all over it. Love that.
I haven't played fantasy baseball in a couple of years. I got to get back.
I invited people to do it, and nobody wanted to do it. It was like 4 people that signed up. So
I didn't even sign up. I forgot.
It's fine. All right, I'm going to give you one more, and this may surprise you. Marlins and Pirates.
Okay.
And I'm taking the Lizard Man, Jesus Luzardo, and the Marlins over the Pirates. Pirates are good.
At this one too.
Mitch Keller on the mound for Pittsburgh. He's fine. He's good. He's a good pitcher.
Thought we might be trading for Mitch Keller in the offseason. Of course we didn't.
No, all in. Full throttle.
Full throttle.
Ji-Hwan Bae is out for the Pirates. So I think that Miami's just a better squad. I think it's a better team overall.
I agree.
And I think that they have a slight edge for opening day. Really, what you're looking at, and this is just from a DFS perspective. Let me know in chat if you guys want DFS baseball. That's actually where I cut my teeth in DFS, baseball and football. I actually placed in in DFS baseball, as in like top threes. It's where I was making money when I was doing the semi-pro. So if we want to do that, I can totally start digging into the sabermetrics and playing the game that we need to play. But if people want that,
sabermetric Dave on the case.
Start putting that in the newsletter. We can do that for sure.
Sabermetrics.
You got sabermetrics. You got a couple of other bets that you wanted to kind of go over.
One of them was that Guardians -1.5. I really like that one. I think that's a lock, honestly. And then Mariners, Red Sox. I have the Mariners -1.5, which is good odds right now, and the over 7.5 because they're going to kill us. And if there's anything we do have on our side is that our lineup it's semi decent. It's manageable. We got Rafi. Cassis is good. Yoshida's good. We'll figure it out. It's the pitching that's absolutely horrific. And the bottom, the names I didn't list aren't great either, but I still think we can score runs. This was the key to my early success in baseball last year was betting Red Sox overs because they hit every fucking time. There was like a 70-something% clip through the first 2 months of the year that the overs were hitting at.
So you're taking Mariners -1.5 and the over?
Correct.
Tao says people are actually mad Jackson Holiday isn't on the opening day lineup. Yes, absolutely give the kid time. Fans are idiots. They're complete idiots. They don't know they don't know anything.
Also, you can bring them up in September when you guys are inevitably making your postseason run.
A deep postseason run at that.
Yeah. When you got injuries and other shit. Yeah. No. People are dumb. That's the right move.
It's 1,000%.
Was Chiriot? Did Chiriot make the opening day roster?
I thought so.
I thought he did too. So he probably did. That's fun for the Brewers.
You got
anything?
Go ahead.
I also have the Marlins money line to double down with you.
I like that. I think it'll be good. I think it's a good. I think the Marlins win. I think they win easily. I like Jesus Luzardo. He's a good pitcher.
I do too.
Real good pitcher. Should we talk about Shohei Ohtani?
We probably should, because the last time we talked about it, the story had literally broke like 30 minutes before we went live.
Just broken.
And we knew nothing at that point. They're just like, Shohei's guy got...
He got busted.
got gambling, and that was really all we knew. Now we still don't know really anything.
No,
but we had a week to stew on it.
So, do you want to go first here? Or you want me to cook? All right. So, Ipe Mizora has been accused of stealing $4.5 million from Shohei Ohtani's accounts to cover gambling debts, which he accrued while he was his translator and employed by Major League Baseball and the Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani says, I didn't know anything about it. I've never bet. Nothing I've done is wrong. You have to believe me, please, kind of. Like, it's kind of lunacy how hard he has gone after this. And every single reporter that I can tell is basically, all right, cool. Yeah, he says he didn't do it.
He said he's good. You guys hear that?
He went. Shohei said, I know I got caught, but I didn't do it. They were like, cool. Yeah, that's all right. You're free to go. Like, that's that Dave Chappelle skit.
Interrogation of all time.
You remember the Dave Chappelle skit where he's driving with his white guy friend and he told the cop that he didn't know he couldn't do that? The cop's like, all right, well, you go.
You get out of here.
He goes, I did know I couldn't do that. It's called lying. It's called lying. I'm going to remind you about a couple of instances where players, in particular athletes, have said things, and then it has completely been proven that they were just straight up lying. There's a guy, and I don't know if you'll remember this guy's name. His name was Lance Armstrong, and he came out and unequivocally told everyone he did not use steroids. And then he had like a 5-part documentary where he outlined exactly how he did all of his steroids and why he did it after he was caught lying and had all of his titles stripped from him, which I thought was kind of overkill because, let's be honest, everyone was juicing in cycling, but neither here nor there. He lied. Do you remember when Roger Clemens misremembered taking steroids?
Yeah.
Rafael Palmeiro.
Rafael
Palmeiro said, I absolutely did not take steroids. And then like 2 weeks later, he was in front of Congress apologizing so he wouldn't go to jail for lying to Congress.
For lying under oath.
Yeah, you can't do that. People lie. And Shohei Ohtani has 700 million reasons to protect everything in front of him.
Right.
I don't know if he did it. And truthfully, I don't think he did. I don't think he gambled. It's not slander. It's just facts, my friend. It's just facts. All facts. All facts. I don't think he did it. I don't think he gambled.
I don't think he did either.
I think he knew about it. And that's where my issue is. I think that he knew.
This is his guy.
It's his best
friend. Not the Dodgers employee. It's not somebody he met through baseball. It's his guy.
It's his homie, and people are.
It's a guy he trusted with his bank accounts. There's no way he didn't know he was. He had it. The very least, he knew he gambled.
100%.
And you still gave that guy access to your accounts.
There's a minimum amount of knowledge that he has to have had. There's a minimum amount, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Just made him lighter.
He looks like Michael Jackson now.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
It's absurd.
It really is.
The A-Rod's doing the opposite. It's a case-by-case study. Balco Labs.
Great story, by the way. Juiced.
It's awesome.
Phenomenal. There's like 3 different stories on Balco. The Jose Canseco one's kind of out there, but it's a good read if you read books. If you just listen to them, then listen to them. I don't care. Anyway, there's no way that he didn't know something.
Your literature.
He has to know something, man. There's no way he didn't know anything.
Of Correct.
I don't believe that he didn't know anything.
And also, this is the only dude we've ever heard from, correct? Like, besides like written shit.
Yeah.
Like Shohei doesn't talk. Like this dude was his translator. This guy that just got fired, gambling, all that shit is the only person we've ever heard from.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
If you live your life like with all these shroud and mystery around it, like the free agency decision, shit about his dog, like you have to expect that if you have a situation like this, which again, you had to have known something about it. You had to know this was going to come up.
It's kind of crazy.
And you had to know people might not fucking believe you because everything you do is like behind a veil. And the veil is the guy that seems to be the fucking problem.
It makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. And like Tao said earlier, we're a week later and we know nothing still. Like nothing's changed.
I mean, you got to doing it for the right reasons. Right, Tao? Doing it from the right reasons.
You got to.
Yeah. I find it fascinating.
He stopped for J-Lo. That's why I lost her.
We will never know the real reason behind it. We'll never find out what's going on. We'll never be able to say anything. Like we'll never be able to go. There's just I don't see any way where they're going to go. You know what? I think that he was actually innocent or he was actually guilty. I think all we're just going to have to believe is the independent investigation, which isn't going to be independent. It's all going to be swept under the rug. They're just going to let the guy play baseball.
Do you think we're just going to forget about it in like a year?
No, I think that everyone.
LOL, it's just going to follow him.
Let me just say this, and we'll move on to some NHL fun stuff. LOL, the Houston Astros owner, for coming after this one. This is what we're. You got to get that guy out of here. He's cheating. Really,
you got to pile on like right now. That's the time to do it.
You're gonna Mr. Trash Can. Captain Trash Can is coming after
Captain Asterisk.
Shohei Ohtani with minimal evidence. Okay, sure. Take your World Series ring and get out of here. Can't wait. Opening day tomorrow. Blue Jays race. Jose Barrios on the mound for us. So excited to see it.
Yeah, Diaz has said it 1.5 hits, which is a lot. I wanted to bet him, but that's a lot.
We finally got a Montgomery signing.
Fucking in the nick of time.
Barely made it. He barely made it. I don't have
auditioning for his role as a closer.
Yeah, I don't have the deal in front of me, but
it's 1 year, $25 million.
All right. We've said this multiple times on this show, but I'm going to say it again. Scott Boras is bad for baseball.
Yep.
And this offseason proved it more than any other offseason.
Normally he gets away with it. And you're like, oh, he did it again.
But he's not getting away. He's not getting away with it this time. There is no way his clients are happy with 1 year prove it deals with opt-outs.
Montgomery's got to be livid.
You'd have to be.
1 year, $25 million. He could have had $5 from $250 from the Red Sox if they wanted to give it to him, which they don't. But
full throttle.
But
yeah,
it's a bad look. And yeah, I'd be fucking
bad look.
I'd get rid of him. Like I'd go find somebody else. Fuck that.
It's trash. It's a bad look. I hate it.
I'd be furious.
He's so bad. He's so bad for this.
What would you be more mad at? Your best friend gambling $4.5 million of your money, or Scott Boras costing you $250 million in free agency?
I mean, it's probably Scott Boras, to be honest with
right?
you.
It's got to be Scott Boras.
Because like the $4.5 million, you're like, God, you're really bad at gambling, man. You should just quit all the like.
I'm changing my password.
Like we're gonna stop that, and you're gonna have to work that off. But like Scott Boras is like, you cost multiple guys multiple millions. Like he cost Jorge Soler, did he not? Was he representing Soler?
Yep. He cost Matt Chapman. He cost Montgomery. He cost
Martinez.
No, who just signed? Snell.
Blake Snell.
There's
Unreal.
one more that's escaping me, but
Anyway, I remember. It's bad. It's bad. It's a bad look. You should stop being an agent. You're not very good at it. Give it up, you jabroni. Don't love
Bellinger.
that at all. Oh, right. Belly bombs.
Who got the best deal out of him, but he signed the farthest back.
Yeah.
And then that should have been the writing on the wall for Boris to be like, all right, we got to get these done.
He didn't do it, though.
No, but as an agent, you have to know that you're going to just keep losing value on that. I'm not, and I knew it. I'm not a numbers guy.
No, it wasn't.
My face may appear it sometimes, but I'm not a numbers guy.
He makes them at night, guys.
You got to make them at night.
If you know, you know. I don't really have a top of the tops tonight. I don't really have one. It's opening day. Do you have any opening day memories?
I went to opening day once. For it was the second year with Chris Sale, maybe the first. And we played the Pirates. Garrett Cole was pitching. Josh Bell was the hot top prospect up for the Pirates.
When you play MLB The Show, do you go to like Pittsburgh or like Cincinnati or like one of those like just dog water franchises, try to turn it around?
I'm very, very random with my franchise selection in many games. MLB especially, I usually just do a fantasy draft. Big fantasy draft guy.
I don't like that at all. I would rather take garbage. I'll take
Madden, for example. I've turned into a big just like rebuild.
Yeah, that's all I want to do.
2K, I like to fantasy draft, and then Shell and MLB or more. Just like takeover.
Ooh, free diamond
Mookie Betts store. Ooh.
I think
good looks, Tao.
I think that if you're playing NCAA, like you're playing NCAA football, you gotta go like the like.
Oh, you go Akron.
Independent. You go like way down there and you work your way up. For the show, I'm always a big fan of taking the like lessers. Like it's real easy for me to take the Blue Jays with Vladdy and Bo and like Springer and be like, I'm just gonna hit 40 bombs. That's all I'm doing.
I'm a big ballpark guy for MLB The Show too.
Ballparks.
Like you got to have a good home ballpark. I don't like it to just be generic.
Oh no, you design
that something. You do the designs now too. Oh yeah,
give me that.
Create a park. Yeah, that shit was awesome.
All right, we have a mini power rankings for NHL.
We do have a mini power rankings.
We've got some. First off, I think we have some clinched playoff teams. As of As of like last night, we finally have some teams that are like properly clinched. So the New York Rangers are officially in the playoffs with 10 games to go. 10 games to go. Columbus is eliminated. God, the Western Conference is dog water. Coyotes, Ducks, Blackhawks, and Sharks all eliminated. Nobody else clinched in the West, though. Dallas could still miss the playoffs, in theory. With 99 points, they could miss the playoffs. Think about that for a second.
It's actually wild. It's how tight the West is.
So the West is like 6 good teams, and 8 of them are going to make the playoffs.
Right.
Like Kings probably shouldn't be there. The Predators.
No, if they were in the Eastern Conference, they wouldn't have sniffed it.
The Predators are on a roll.
It's very AFC, NFC.
I don't think the Preds are as good as they need to be to really win it all. Although they could go on a run.
They're just so incredibly hot right now that anything could happen.
Capitals
and
are right
Yossi's playing like the best player on the planet right now. Yossi's been incredible for the last like month. Forsberg too.
Yes. And to answer your question, Tao, yes. Caps beat the Wings. What they beat? They beat after that. They're 3 in a row, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
the Jets 3-0. Shootout win over the Canes 7-6, which is what you want to see if you're watching a hockey game. You did get destroyed by the Leafs 7-3, but you won 3 in a row. So you've won 6 of your last 7. which is incredible. You got the Leafs again Thursday. So hopefully you can keep that rolling. And then the Bruins on Saturday. That's a tough
Getting
one.
hot. Bruins are getting hot. Not actually. They just had a big win last night.
A win you needed.
Fucking really needed it. I would have been so out on this team if we lost that.
9 games left. Dub's calling it. He's calling it in. He's like, no, I'm out.
I would have been. And we're first in the fucking Atlantic. I would have been out.
Yeah. All right. Let's go with it. Mini power rankings. What do you got?
Number 16, I've got the Philadelphia Flyers. They are right on the outskirts of the playoffs. They're right in the thick of it with the Capitals, but the Caps got 2 games up on them, well, 2 games in hand. And unlike the Flyers, the Capitals have a reliable goal scorer right now. Ovi's been fucking killing it. 17 goals since February 1st. Slow down, Taos. Slow down, because number 15 is the Washington Capitals. 3 straight wins, a big overtime win against the Red Wings. No Tom Wilson. They're still in there. They're 2 points up now, like I said, with a game in hand on the Flyers. Caps are putting it together at the right time.
6 out of 7, man.
6 out of 7 is fucking right. And like you said, after the bad loss to the Leafs, they really recovered.
Yeah, they're in a good spot right now.
Number 14, the LA Kings. Just clinging to life on that final playoff spot in the Pacific. They're on a 4-game winning streak, though. So as much as they may not deserve to be here, they're going to find a way. Anze Kopitar and Drew Doughty are the 3rd pair in NHL history to connect on 300 goals from an offensive player and a defensive player.
Nice.
Big ups to them. Also, big Kopitar guy.
Love Kopitar.
Love Kopitar.
Selke mainstay.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome to have in Shell, too. 13, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Struggling a tidbit right now. Did you see Sheldon Keefe absolutely tear them apart?
Yeah.
It was bad. He just went through and was ripping players name by name.
You lost 6-3 to the Devils.
Yeah. A Devils team that I thought would be like playoff contention.
You got Jake Allen.
Simply not.
You got Jake Allen.
Can't get Jake Allen.
Not this late in the season. They really should be like teeing up their playoff roster at this point, and it's ugly. Capitals, Sabres, and then they go Panthers, Lightning, Habs, Pens, Devils, Wings, Panthers, Lightning. So most of those teams are playoff teams or fighting to get in. Wings are going to be on the edge of playoff contention if they continue going on there. Devils are out. Pens are in the same kind of boat. Lightning are going to be there. Panthers are going to be fighting. Like, this is an ugly stretch for the Leafs. They're going to get bodied by the Canadiens. It's going to be hilarious.
It's a really gross run.
Yeah.
And they still didn't address goalie. They didn't address defense. Like, we know what's going to happen. It's the same shit that happens every year.
Yeah. Predictable.
Very. 12, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Also predictable.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting hot at the right time. They're getting healthy. They could get Sergachev back for a run.
Ridiculous. Totally ridiculous.
Team's still really good. No depth. Doesn't matter. The top guys are still doing it. We play them. If we lose that one, might be set back to where I was before Florida.
So the playoff picture today, just so you're aware, is you and Tampa. Round
Correct. I don't want that. It's a
Florida, Toronto, Washington, New York, Carolina, Philly. I mean, that's
we all want Philly.
Everybody wants Philly. You're not going to get them though.
No, we're not.
No, you want Philly or Toronto? Somebody that's guaranteed to give you a loss in the first round.
Oh, I know it's coming. That's why I'm not getting my hopes up. I had my hopes up last year. They got ripped from me, shattered, stepped on, like Office Space when they're destroying the fucking thing. That was me. That was the Bruins doing that to me. They do it every fucking year, and I'm ready for it this year. I know it's coming. It hurts, but I know it's coming. Number 11, the Vegas Golden Knights. They are holding on to the second wild card spot. They got really good play going on right now from Eichel, Marchessault, and some others, but they got to get these LTIR guys back. Once they do, if they can hold on to the second playoff spot, which they should, they're built to. How funny would it be if they didn't?
It'd be pretty funny.
It would be hilarious.
It'd be really funny.
I'm like, every time I see them win, I'm like, fuck.
It'd be really funny if they didn't. I mean, they're like really just hanging on though.
By a thread.
I mean, they're like the Blues and the Wild and the Flames could all threaten. Mostly the Blues and the Wild at this point.
And the Preds just beat them in OT, thankfully.
No, they don't need another cup, Tom. They do not.
Number 10, Winnipeg Jets. 4 straight losses. Not great. Are we worried?
Yes. Yes. You have to be a little bit, don't you? Like, you can't.
Because as soon as Hellebuyck's play slipped a smidgen, they fell apart.
It's not end of the world. It's not. But it's like, you can't not be worried about that a little bit, right?
Got to be.
You got to be just like just a smidge worried.
And it's mainly the fact that it happened right when Hellebuyck had a skid. And it's not even that he was bad. He was still good. He just wasn't elite for a few games. And
it's tough.
Not good. Number 9, the Predators. I mentioned them early. Yossi has been amazing. 24 points in 18 games. Forsberg, 15 goals in 18 games. In that span, they've had a 18-game point streak, 16-0-2. 2 overtime losses, but an incredible run by the Predators here. Incredible timing, too, right before the playoffs, making this push.
Absolutely.
Getting the boys going. Impressive shit for the Predators right now. Number 8, Dallas Stars, 5-game winning streak. They've beat the Coyotes twice and the Sharks since we've talked, so it's tough to put them super high in the power rankings based on that.
But they're winning games they have. They're winning the games they should win, right?
Correct. They're not losing to them, which is the important part.
Hey, shout out Colorado. Hey, thanks last night. Appreciate you.
Handed you one.
Hey, if you read the newsletter, you're welcome.
You are welcome.
Yoel Armia, 20-something points, DFS last night. And I sent out, I can give you a line. I gave you 2 stacks and some value plays. And if anybody read it, you would have put them together. You would have been fine.
You would have chilled.
I had Vincent Trocheck, New York Rangers.
Banger.
Any idea how many fantasy points he had last night?
23.
Yeah, 34.9.
Sheesh. Get him, Vinny.
Mika Zibanejad had 21. And Yoel Armia
had an absolutely disgusting goal the other night.
Yoel Armia, 0.4% owned. Not even a full percentage owned. 20 points. $3,100 on DraftKings.
Perfect for DFS.
Mackenzie Weegar, who I also said is a guy you should play, at 14 points. Shesterkin with 16. Like I was, Kadri had 11. It was a good day. Look, they're not always bangers, but when they are, bang bang.
Got to make the money. Shout out March Madness. I ended up big time up.
Love that for us.
Number 7, the Edmonton Oilers. They're battling for the second playoff spot in the Pacific Division currently. They've been faltering a little bit down the stretch, and it's the typical Oiler thing. Defense, goaltender, they're still putting a ton of goals on the board. Connor McDavid is superhuman. He's elite. Zach Hyman, 50 goals.
Hey, shout out Hyman.
Big props to the Buster himself.
You see Coach Chippy's Hyman's highlight reel?
No, I missed it.
It's just Hyman standing behind. It's just Chippy standing beside the net, just tipping them in.
Hey, Davo. Davo.
Little tip ins here.
The best.
Yeah. Shout out Coach Chippy.
If you got to play with Connor McDavid, how many goals do you think you could get? Right now, today.
Today?
Yeah.
14, 15.
Solid.
So things you don't know about Ole AC. I actually took figure skating as a kid.
Oh, you're crafty. You're shifty.
So like I got wheels.
Nobody hardinged you?
No. I want my mom was like, there were 3 boys and a single military family. Like my dad couldn't. He was in the Navy, so he wasn't exactly like rolling in dough. Right. And she couldn't afford to put 3 kids in hockey. It was way too expensive. So she was like, look, learn to skate and we'll see if you can do it. So I learned to skate.
Only the strong survive.
Via figure skating. So people always say things like, well, can you skate? And it's like, I can do more.
Oh, I can skate.
Let me show you. So I think
what's the move from fucking Blades of Glory?
the like
the
guillotine or whatever it is. He throws his skates. Yeah, it's good. So yeah, I don't know. I think 14, 15, like in a year. We're talking like 82. We talking like 82 games.
Yeah, 82 games. Line mates with Connor McDavid. I almost said McGregor. Connor McDavid for the entire season.
I think 15 is the ceiling. Probably.
I think that's solid. I don't think that
10
it's
to
not
15.
too overzealous. You're being humble a little bit.
I think that you're
figure skating background.
Well, I can skate. I don't have
Excuse me while I blow
wheels.
my nose.
I don't have McDavid wheels, and I'm a lot tall. Like I'm 6'2", 6'1" if I stand up. If I just stand regular on skates, I'm like 6'2", so I'm not like a little fella, and I've got a big body, so you can toss me in front of the net, and you can probably just shoot it at my stick, and we can get 15. Like I'm almost certain that I can get 15 if I've gotten poor goaltending on the other side. It would be interesting to see. Why don't you let us know how many goals you think you could score against with Connor McDavid as your line mate? I'm going to put it in chat.
All right, I'm back. I got mad allergies going on right out of nowhere.
I get it. I think so. I'm like I was saying, I'm not a short guy. I'm like 6'2", 6'3" on skates. I'm 6'1".
Should have been playing guard armchair.
I am a tall fella. I'm 6'1". I'm a lot heavier than I used to be. When I was younger, I was a lot lighter. But like, you put me on skates in front of the net, McDavid could probably score 10 goals just by shooting it at my stick. I just park myself in front of the net. I'll go Corey Perry, man. I'm that level. Let's put me there. I'm Corey Perry.
Without the off ice problems.
2 minutes for ice sticking.
Oh, I'd get way more than 2 minutes for anything. I'd be in the box constantly. Anytime I got scared, I'd just trip somebody and be like, I'm going away. I need to reassess the situation.
Just put me in the box, man. Just put me in the box.
Let me hide out for a bit.
As the lone Canadian here, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's possible. I was thinking about this the other day because it was on a commercial. Imagine you're playing like pickup hockey with the boys, just like beer league hockey, like, out for a skate, out for a little bit of a rip. Got your buds on the bench in the cooler waiting to go for intermission, and Marty Brodeur shows up to be the goalie. You got Martin Brodeur showing up as your opponent's goalie. You're like, come on, man.
What are we doing here?
Like, what? I wanted to have fun tonight. Now there's no fun. Do you think you could score a goal on? No, you're just gonna stop it now.
Insert name.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think you could like Ottinger? Let's go Otter. would you rather you think you could score like a breakaway goal on him if you had like 10 tries? We can make it ball hockey so you don't have to skate.
10 is probably not enough. 25, I think I could get one.
Like you just wear them out.
I think I would be so unpredictable that maybe he wouldn't be expecting where I put it was.
I see you like skipping down like flaming rooster.
Yeah. I'm doing different moves.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Too funny. Yeah. All right. You want to continue the power rankings?
Coming in like the Billy Madison.
Yeah. All right. We got to Oilers, and then we got distracted.
Happy Gilmore. Good God.
I knew what you meant.
So number 6 is the Canucks. They're still one of the best offensive teams in the league, but we're not going to see them at their best until the playoffs when they got Thatcher Demko back. So kind of just sitting pat with them. Number 5, the Florida Panthers. Stumbled a bit, 5 losses in their last 6, 2 shutouts. They had multiple leads last night that they blew to the Bruins. So not looking great for Florida. I'll drink your tears. Number 4, the Boston Bruins. On the other side of that, big win against Florida last night. Montgomery called the boys out. They responded. Does not change my opinion on this team. Like I said, it's a good start. Kept my foot in the door. They're like, are you gonna? No, they're not gonna.
No.
But Swayman not been great lately. Thankfully, Olmark's been good. But once we get to the playoffs, I still have no idea how that rotation is gonna look.
Do you know how it's gonna look? I'll tell you how it's gonna look. Guy wins a game, guy gets next game. Guy loses game, other guy gets game.
I hate that.
It's how it's gonna go.
I feel like that just kills a guy's confidence.
Of course it does. But this is what
and
happens
then that's the most important. Whatever. And if that, maybe we should have fucking traded one. If that's going to be the problem,
you probably should have. But that's neither here nor there.
Number 3, the Hurricanes. Jake Gensel's been awesome. Kuznetsov's been a solid piece for them. Way better than he was in Washington, at least as of late. Frederick Anderson's been good. 1.34 goals against average since he's been back. They're fucking good. They've lost 3 times in regulation in March. But a solid month overall.
Plus 800.
I love that bet. The problem is goaltending. But if a guy gets hot, we already saw Kochetkov get hot. Freddie Anderson's back. Who knows?
Can I stop you for 2 seconds? I know we're slow on these power rankings. The Toronto Maple Leafs are plus 1,700 to win the Stanley Cup.
I still don't think I'd take it.
I wouldn't take it either, but I'm just like, the Preds are plus 1,600. And I'm like,
maybe. They got a hope and a prayer.
You know, your Bees are plus 1,100.
Yeah, we shouldn't be.
That's crazy to me. Rangers plus 650, the shortest odds.
I'll give you my top 4 right now. I know they're not the top 4 in the power rankings, but top 4 for the Cup.
Yep.
Avs, Canes, Rangers, Stars.
Avalanche are plus 750.
And then I'll throw the Canucks at 5.
Canes are 800. Dallas is 800. Who's the other one you said?
Who'd you get? Dallas, Canes. I said
Avalanche.
Avs, Rangers, and then I also said
Rangers plus 650. Yeah. Canucks are plus 800 as well. They're in that meaty section where everybody's kind of about the same. They have the Rangers and Oilers as and Avalanche as favorites, and then everybody else is kind of like.
Oilers shouldn't be favorite.
That should tell you how hard it is to win this trophy. The presumptive winners are still 8-1.
Right.
Plus 650 for the Rangers, who could win the President's Trophy, and they could be out in the first round, depending on who they play. All right. Number 2?
2. The New York Rangers. They overcame an early 2-0 deficit against the Flyers. They were outshot. It wasn't looking good, and then they had 7 goals in the third period.
Yeah. They exploded.
Absurd. Third straight 100-point season. Rangers are averaging 4.8 goals over their last 6 games. They beat the Bruins and the Panthers in that 6 games. They are looking like a unit.
They are a unit. They're a good team. They could still get goalied, but they're a good team.
Oh, I got Shesty. They're going to be doing the goalieing as well.
I told him to play him. He's my guy.
Number 1, the Avs. They had a good winning streak going, still playing incredibly. A terrible way for it to go. You never want it to go in a 1-goal performance to the Montreal Canadiens. Not what we were looking for, but the team's still a wagon. McKinnon just set the franchise record for points. MVP.
No doubt.
Has to be.
Before we get out of here, Stone Stories.
Stone Stories. And before I get to the real Stone story, Vince Young got knocked the fuck out in a bar. Cheap shotted. Bang. It was one of the more brutal knockouts I've seen in a while. And I see a lot.
Go to Twitter. You'll see it.
Check it out. Also go to Twitter if you want to see some crazy shit like this. Officials said a suspected man who was allegedly removed evidence from a Wasco Amtrak station in California last Friday. Officials identified him as 27-year-old Rosendo Teliz, nicknamed Rowdy. At around 8 a.m., deputies responded with BNSF Railroad Police to a report of a pedestrian who was struck by a train at the Amtrak station in the 700 block of G Street in Wasco, one of them. Also, the man that was struck by the train is no longer with us. R.I.P. Tough stuff. Deputies learned that Teliz allegedly removed evidence, a leg, from the scene. Teliz was found and arrested without incident on multiple outstanding warrants and for taking evidence from the scene. Oh, by the way, he was also eating the leg that he took on camera. There's a video of this man running around with a leg like a fucking, looks like those lamps, the stripper leg lamps.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but a whole lot less playful. And there's like a line of cop cars chasing him down the street as he's running away with this leg. Wild stuff. And I'm telling you, this got zero fucking news coverage. Like, it came up on Friday and everyone was still locked in on March Madness and Kate Middleton interrupting my screen and things of the sort. And this just went by the wayside and I couldn't believe it. That's like shit you write in a fucking movie. A homeless guy runs around with a severed leg. He's chewing on it. Like, it's craziness. One of the most wild videos I've ever seen. Literally, it looks like a Walking Dead scene.
Yeah. Crazy town.
It's a world so fucked up.
All right. You know what? We had a busy day tomorrow. It's opening day.
Yes, sir.
Baseball.
Yes, sir.
So that means next week we start something fun, which is MLB Power Rankings, which I am ready for. We're going to get some MLB Power Rankings in here. Let me know if you want MLB DFS in the newsletter. We have Tournament Guys piece up right now.
Yes, sir. I think I'm going to do an all-name team for the tournament as well.
Excellent choice. If you want to see more content, long form, short form, what do you want? Let us know because we're happy to adjust. Newsletter is for the people. It's not for us. It is free. Just need your email. Sign up for it. You
sign
can
up your friends. Any spam emails you get, toss them on our way. Put them in the newsletter.
Head over to Twitter and you can see the link there. We've shared it out. I'm not putting it in the chat because chat links never work. Hey, we'll be back next week. Good luck on any madness that anybody has going on. Dub's been on a heater.
Yes, sir.
No.
25 units.
Let's go. Good luck to everyone's NHL teams that are cruising for the playoffs. Mine is absolutely not. Appreciate everybody for jumping in and watching, whether you're on X, Facebook, or YouTube. And a lot of X viewers. Appreciate you all jumping in. We'll see you next week. Be safe. Peace.